So, so then my auntie's calling on the phone because my auntie and them, we were all meeting up in Compton because my uncle's family were having a party. So my auntie called, so she was like, "Where y'all at?" "We in Yorba Linda." I said, "Okay, well, we right now," I said, "you know what?" I said, "We right now is on some bullshit." So I took my Bluetooth out of my ear. I gave the Bluetooth to Kenny. You explain to these niggas on what's going on. So my auntie was like, "What? What's going on? What's going on?" Because we supposed to meet up down here and yada yada yada. And plus, I had her tickets to the concert and all that shit. I mean, to the jazz festival. So, you know, it was just not a good look. So my uncle and Ken, they cool. So they on the phone, they talk to each other. "Man, well, you know, I just gotta make up the time and yada yada yada. Tina trying to get here to the funeral and this, that. So, needless to say, we drove all the way back here. We got the tickets. And then we get back on the freeway and go all the way back to LA. And that's when that's when I begin to start filming and you guys start seeing us over there by the Forum. You know, we were on the 105 freeway. That was called the 105. It's like a crosstown freeway. And so we took the 210 to the 605 to the 105 freeway. When we got off on the 105 freeway, we got off on, I want to say, yeah, we got off on, no, we didn't get off on Crenshaw. I think we got off on Prairie. Maybe we got off on Crenshaw. No. Yes, we got off on Crenshaw. And then we went down Crenshaw until we got to, I don't know. Anyway, so then we ended up over there by the Hollywood Park. Okay, we ended up by Hollywood Park, the casino. And then that's when we turned and we ended up right there on Prairie. We hooked a right on Prairie. We took Prairie down to Manchester and then hooked another right, and we was over there by the Inglewood Cemetery. That's where he was getting buried. So I was like, okay, well, if I miss the services, at least allow me to get to the cemetery where, you know, everybody else is going to be at and everything. Okay. So, you know, and I did not want to call her, so I began to text her and everything. And so, you know, of course, you know, it was to no avail. When she did return my text, it was like later on in the day. At that point, it was a mute point. So when we got to the cemetery, they were having different other services was going on. And it was, I mean, you know, it was just crazy. So then we leave from the cemetery. We left the cemetery. We go back to the mortuary because at least we went to the mortuary because at least I wanted to get an obituary or something. We get to the mortuary. They were out of the obituaries, and to my understanding, there was so many motherfuckers out there. I mean, so I never made it. Let me just say that I never made it. And so they were saying that there was so many people out there. They didn't have enough room to accommodate everybody. They ran out of obituaries. The streets was crowded. I mean, it was like that, you know, because, you know, a lot of people know him, and that's why I'm just not gonna put his name out there because of the way he died, just to show some respect to his family, to his wife, and to his children. I'm not gonna say his name, but for those of you guys that live in Los Angeles, if you guys see this video, just don't mention his name because, you know, I don't want because his wife is also on my Facebook, and so I don't want, you know, me, you know, it to be getting back like I'm making a mockery of the situation. Though I know I did that on Friday and I was talking about niggas pouring out for the homie and all that. And I meant that shit because I knew that it was going to be just that. And it was just that. It was all of that. You had AMG. You had Sugar Free. You had all the niggas down there. And all the niggas on some whole other shit down there. And like I was telling Kenny, I was upset that I did not make it. But, you know, I'm the type of person to where I always think that maybe I should not have been there. I'm a person that believes that nothing is done out of chance, that everything is done out of reason, if you understand what I'm saying. And perhaps it was not meant for me to be there at that particular moment. Now, I haven't gotten word back that something happened or something went down. When we got there, the streets wasn't blocked off, so I guess didn't nobody shoot up the place or nothing. So By the time I got there, the streets was clear and all that stuff. So, you know, there were still people at the mortuary though. So I don't know what that was about. It was still people over there. I was like, wow. And I did not want to, you know, be filming and videotaping and all that kind of shit because this is somebody's services. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a matter of showing respect on to their, you know, their family and everything. I didn't want to just be on this motherfucker, you know, hardy hard on somebody else's demise, and you know, people have feelings, you know, so that's why I just did not want to just come on there and just act a fool and start laughing and making a mockery of them motherfuckers. I wanted to. God knows I did. I wanted to talk about them motherfuckers because I know them niggas was going to be live and direct, and they were. So, anyway, needless to say, that's the way that happened. I never made it. So after we did all that, we drove around a little bit. I was trying to show you guys some streets and stuff. I didn't have time to make it to the Slauson Swap Meet, so I am going to go back and I'm going to give you guys a serious tour of South Central LA. We're going to go in and out of the Slauson Swap Meet. I'm going to show y'all that. I'm going to go further down Crenshaw so you guys can see that. Baldwin Shopping Center, Magic Johnson Theaters, all that. I'm going to show you guys all that. And I know during this time, everything that I had planned to do when we had to come all the way back, it completely threw me off. See, one thing about I don't like for shit to go wrong. And I don't know if that's just the Virgo part of me. Whereas when shit go wrong, it fucks me up. It throws me completely off. And I'm miscombobulated. It's like I totally forget on what it was that I was supposed to do. Because now I was anticipating on things going like this. And when things go like this and then it backs up and then go back like this, I'm thrown off. So in my mindset, if I have an idea of something and I'm looking forward to just go in a straight line and the shit divert and do some other shit, it throws me off. I mean, I know it's probably here nor there, or some people be like, you don't need to be like that. Well, I'm just telling you the honest truth. That's just the way I am. I don't do well with change. I don't. And I guess that's why, you know, I've had so much longevity in a lot of things in my life because I like for things to just be so. You know, I'm not the type of person where it's okay. Well, guess what? AT&T got the new such and such phone. Let me go ahead on and jump over there and pop over there to them because they got the no. I've been with T-Mobile since 2005. So I'm the type of person where when I get something, I'm cool with that. Let me work with that until it's just to the point where I can't deal with it no more. Then that's when I'll, you know, make some changes and go on. I don't like change. Bottom line is I don't really like change. I like my routines to be just so. I don't like things to just be all over the place. I'm not that type of person. And I guess that's the reason why, you know, I held on. I've sustained a friendship with Tony and, you know, all this for all these many years because I'm just not really good with change. Though I guess sometimes you have to. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's just my personality. I don't know what you call that, family. I don't know what that is. But I ain't no fool though, and I can decipher the truth on a lot of shit. And when shit just, but I'm a type of person whereas when I'm done, when I say I'm done with you, that means I am done with your ass. Though it might hurt me, but when I'm done, nigga, it's a wrap. It's all the way a wrap. That means when I say that I'm done, that means I done went through the window to the wall, through hell and high water, and now I'm done. And I'm like, the wound has completely healed over, scabbed over. I done used bio oil, bitch, Moderna, all that. Nigga, the scar is still a little bit right there, nigga, but I have healed over and I'm done with your ass. That's just it. So, anyway, so I wanted to show you guys some portions and parts of LA. And I was able to do a little bit of that, but I just wasn't able to do it as in depth as I wanted it because my day got diverted and it just kind of threw me off. Shout out to them goddamn cookies that they give you. Family, when we checked into the DoubleTree, how about They gave us some chocolate chip and pecans or chocolate chip and walnut cookies. They were about that thick, about that big. Oh my god, and they were hot. Oh my god, those cookies were so good. How about I have 4 of them motherfuckers?
That's why I never see them.
Oh, okay.
I never see them.
Well, see, well, he gave me the 2 the first time. And then when we were checking out yesterday, I asked him point blank. I said, "Well, you know what? We checking out. Them cookies was good yesterday. Can you give us 2 more cookies?" So he gave me 2 more cookies. So, you know, I think I got one in my purse though. Truth be told, I got one in my purse. But those cookies was off the chain. Yeah. So we get to our room and everything. We checks in and stuff. And I was still a little bit tight with baby, but I was trying to, mellow out and drop to a lesser charge, if you will, Though I still was a little bit hot because I just felt like, I actually missed my boy's thing, and that's not that I at least wanted to go and sign the guest book or something, and none of that happened. So, it was all bad. It was all bad. I really didn't want to. I didn't want to see. I really didn't want to see the casket and all that kind of stuff. I didn't want to view. I didn't want to do any of that. I don't think my heart could have took it anyways. Because yesterday was the first time that I actually broke down about it yesterday. Because I've been so strong the whole time about it. Because, it just hit home with me. It just seriously hit home with me. Because it's like, damn, this some shit that you actually see in movies. This ain't no shit that actually happened for real. A motherfucker died. Fuck. Where they do that at? I'm like, damn, I've always thought, I've heard of shit happening like that in movies or something. Or, comedians talk about shit like that. But to actually, somebody actually die fucking, nigga, that was some crazy shit. So, anyway, enough about that. So I called my auntie up on the phone. So she says, "Where you guys at?" I said, "We're at the room." Now, mind you, I thought I was gonna give me a little quickie. Let me go and be honest about that shit. But I guess I couldn't because he knew I was pissed off at his ass. So, he was trying to. Well, I don't know if I should touch her or what I should do. This nigga was like, "Well, look, I'm gonna need you to relax. So let me go and get your mind right, so you can relax, so we can enjoy the rest of the day." So, yeah. So auntie calls, and so she was like, "Where y'all at? What's going on? They over here partying like a motherfucker in Compton." I'm like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, y'all need to get on over here. They got free open bar. They got a whole gang of food and all this. Y'all need to come on." So I was like, "Okay." So, family, now mind you, these are my uncle's people. This is not my auntie's people. These are my uncle's people. And I said, "Well, how I get there?" She was like, "Okay, get on, where you at now?" I was like, I told her where I was. So she was like, "Well, get on the 91, get on the 91 going eastbound, get off on Long Beach Boulevard, make a left, because I'm coming from further deeper in LA. So I started going back the other way. So get on the 91, get off on Long Beach Boulevard, make a left, go all the way down, go to Greenleaf, make a right, go to such and such street, make a left." I'm not, of course, I ain't gonna give y'all these people address. Come on now. But Greenleaf and Compton, by me being born and raised in Compton, I know Compton like the back of my hand. It's like, nigga, what? Stoneacre, White, nigga, what street we talking about? Atlantic Drive? What we doing? Yeah. And all of that is over there by Kelly Park. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Kelly Park. And so all that over there was all that's some Crip shit. Okay, let me just be honest about that. So Kenny was like, "Damn, we going on Greenleaf." I said, "Nigga, if you don't sit your ass back, nigga, we going over here to go have a good time. I ain't trying to get up with no gang banging niggas. I ain't trying to do none of that." I said, "First of all, we is some fully grown motherfuckers. We ain't up down this motherfucker trying to fight no goddamn body. We down here trying to have a good ass time. You down to have a good time? Yeah. I'm down to have a good time, so let's go. So, you know, fuck all the bullshit. I ain't got time for that shit. Let's go and have us a good ass time. So, when we got there and everything, we pulled up and it was niggas outside, you know, blowing. So we was like, oh, okay, it's going to be like that. Family? Oh my God. So I called my auntie on the phone because, mind you, I didn't know anybody. So I was like, I called my auntie on the phone. I was like, well, we outside in the front. Please come out because we don't know nobody and blah, blah, blah. The brothers is out here blowing. So she was like, okay. So my auntie comes out, comes to the car and come get us and everything. And so, you know, because they had it like in the backyard, like, and in the inside of the house, like the back part of the house, family, they had so much food in that motherfucker. I said, God, I tell you, when I tell you they had about, baby, how many slab of ribs you think that was? About 10 or 15 slabs, huh? About 10 or 15.
People, you would need at least 10 or 12 acres.
Yeah, family. And then they had all these ribs. Now, mind you, now in the back room of the house, they had that just for food, okay? And they had these tables all along the wall. Over here, they had one table of just meat, okay? They had about 10 or 15 slabs of ribs. They had, and those are pork spare ribs, okay? Then they had like 2 big ass trays of barbecue beef ribs. Then they had brisket sliced all up right here. Then they had a big ass tray of just hot links. Family, I bullshit you not. They had so many hot links over here. Then they had over here some hot dogs and hamburgers. I said, God damn, how many motherfuckers are showing up? It was so much food. And then they had another table that just had the sides. Now on the sides they had them baby, was them baked beans the business? Them motherfuckers. I have never had no baked beans with ground beef in them motherfuckers. I ain't never had that before. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. Huh?
I've seen it. Never tasted it, but seen it.
I've never seen that. They had some baked beans, and family at Smart and Final, they got the bigger trays. The bigger ones. They're about that long. You know, the restaurant size 10 aluminum pans, right? So it's about that big. And they had, one had a pasta salad, not macaroni salad. This was regular pasta salad. They had pasta salad. They had 2 things of macaroni and cheese. They had a big ass one like this, baked beans. They had greens. They had, oh my God. Family, they had so much shit in that motherfucker. I said, oh my God, what's going on? They had so much food, it was ridiculous. And then they had, you know, all this bread. I mean, you know, they had rolls, they had regular white bread, then they had wheat bread, then they had biscuits, they had cornbread. I said, God damn, this was so much motherfucking food. And then they had the hors d'oeuvres, lady. They had, and then mind you now, you know, I know when people say Compton, people automatically assume, you know, these people ain't got no money, this is poverty stricken and all that other kind of stuff. Now, mind you, the lady that they were giving the party for, I think, well, how old did she turn back? 70? Didn't she turn 70? You hear the nigga coughing? So, see, it's all bad. I can't even ask him no questions now because he getting the head changed. You see what I'm talking about? Did she turn 70, Pop? Okay, so she turned 70, and that was her home. All of the people there were her children, and you know, and her nieces and nephews and everything. And I think she had like maybe 8 or 9 kids herself, and then her nieces and nephews and everything. It's my sister calling. I'm gonna call her back. And then all of her nieces and nephews and grandkids and all that. And then a lot of it you guys didn't see because, you know, I didn't know these people and I didn't want to just be videotaping all this shit and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, they don't know who I am. And it's like, who was this big butt ass lady? And she walking around with a flip and she flipping everybody and all that old type of shit. It wasn't cool. But in the back, they had a big jumper for the kids. They had these big ass tents and awnings and shit. They had a DJ. Y'all, let me tell you, the DJ was trying to holler. He he gave me his little card and shit, and he was like, well, yeah, whoop de whoop whoop whoop. You would do whoop 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 whoop. Oh yeah, family. Oh my God, because they was like, who is this? Who she related to? Is that a cousin of ours? Is that who mama that is? And all that old type of shit. My auntie was like, no, that's my niece, and you know, and where she live at? Oh yeah, she must live. Oh, she live in Calabasas somewhere. Oh, she lived. Yeah, she's from Beverly Hills. My auntie said, nah, she ain't none of that. She just lives out in whoop whoop whoop, and you know, she just that's just the way she is or whatever. And so they was like, well, damn, you know, she ain't from Compton. She was like, believe it or not, she is from Compton. It's just the fact that she grew up, when she grew up, she grew out of Compton. And, you know, I just don't really frequent Compton like that, really. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my family that lived in Compton, they kind of got up, grew out. And so, you know, I mean, I know it like the back of my hand. I like to go there to go to Honey's Kettle and get chicken and shit. But as far as me really hanging out in Compton, no. Hell no. For what? So, you know, but anyway, but they treated me so nice, and I mean it was just lovely. It was lovely. So we partied there until about, I want to say maybe 12 o'clock. Kenny and them was so fucked up because they even had, they had this little tiki, you know, like on Charlie Brown, and then Lucy would have this little thing, and you go up and you pay her a nickel, and she, you know, be like the psychiatrist or whatever. Okay, it was like that. It was like a little tiki hut that they had set up in the corner. And this dude had all kinds of liquor. I mean, just all kinds of bottles of this and Patron that and motherfucking Hoko Seiko. What's his name was Quazo. What's that shit y'all be drinking? Quavo or whatever that is. That shit. He had bottles of that shit. He had this, and I don't drink, so I'm like, you know, I took a couple of sips and was bent to the left. So I really don't drink. So, but you know, my auntie, she was twisted and bent. Kenny that nigga was to the curb on 4 flats. That nigga was warped. I mean, that nigga status said tilt. I said, oh, hell no. You ain't finna drive me no. You can't take me no goddamn way.
It's tequila, man. I wasn't drinking tequila. I was drinking tequila.
So family, oh my God. And what make it so bad, however way he was making them drinks, because I know my auntie them was like, well, he was saying that, you know, that you gotta top it off and all that, whatever all of that shit meant, I don't know. But niggas was lining up for them drinks. They was like, well, yeah, give me this and that, and give me that and this and this.
That
and it was all
when they top it off, that means his shaker is bigger than the actual glass that he's got to pour it in. So when he fills up your glass, the rest is in the bottom. You got to pop that right there. And see, when I went and got Niecy's, she wasn't there, and she got the same thing I did, so I had to do hers and mine.
Y'all niggas was under the influence like I said, oh my God. Nigga, everybody was, I said, you know what?
We had fun.
It was all in fun. I said, auntie, what's going on? Unit twisted to the left. I said, you know what? We in this motherfucker, we fucked up. And me, I mean, I took a couple of totes and I took a couple of sips and shit, but I wasn't as fucked up as the rest of everybody. Them niggas was up in there fucked up. And y'all, let me tell you, we sitting at the table, right? When y'all watch the video and it gets dark and me and my auntie, we sitting at the table, Ken was sitting on this side. How about this nigga comes and sits right between me and my auntie? So my baby sitting right here, you know, he got his hand all on my thigh and all this. Here this nigga come over here and comes and sits the fuck down. He sits down and he just earmacking. He was, oh yeah, and I was asking about you all night. And I just want to know, you know, can I be your friend and all this. I know that that's your man and all that, but can I be your friend? I said, oh my God. Baby, was this nigga not disrespectful?
Yeah, he almost would have got kind of broke off, but, you know,
I mean, it was ridiculous. Because I'm like, wasn't y'all niggas just out there smoking or something together? And then as soon as they come out from, getting their tote on, then here come this motherfucker. I mean, he just sits down and he was like, well, my name is such and such. I'm from Diego and and all this, and you just walked up in here and you set this whole party off and all this. I just want to know if I could just get any type of number. Can I get your social security number, your driver, your mama number? I said, oh my God, this nigga was clowning right in front of Ken. And then my auntie was like, now she came here with somebody and you just talking your ass. Because my auntie was drunk as hell. My auntie was drunk. Kenny was already tilted. And then here this nigga right here, he been to the left too. I said, oh my God. Then